Hello students, welcome to lecture 10. In today's lecture, we will be discussing about file operations. So I am your course teacher Shukriya Sharkar. Let's know about what is file handling. File handling is doing operations on files. Mostly, file handling enables us to create, read, write, delete a file. There are many other operations that we can do on a file. It depends on the requirement of the programmer. Why file operations is needed? Sometimes this kind of situations can occur that we have to access a file remotely, but it is not possible if we do not use if we do not access file from a remote position, remote place. So to access the file remotely, file handling should be required. Uh, Sometimes we need to take input for a program, but always it is not possible to take from the keyboard. Sometimes we take a list of inputs from another file. In that situations, we have to read those input files. In some situations we have to handle a lot of data. That is very impractical if we insert those data again and again for a program. This kind of to handle this kind of situations, we have to read, write, or do some other operations on a specific file. So what type of file operations that is available? Uh, these are four basic operations that can be done on a file, but there are many others operations. We will in this lecture we will discuss about these four operations: uh, create, read, update, and delete. So there are some modes when we write a command to read or write a file, or any operation, or if we want to do any operations over a file on a file. Then we have to specify the file mode. There are several kinds of file mode. Some of them are listed here. Uh, uh, actually file mode is a parameter while we write a command. When we actually uh, when we will discuss or we will watch the commands, we will see that there is a mode option. We have It is a parameter in the command, in the statement. So this parameter differ, and this parameter selects which mode of the file that we are doing some operations on it. Um, Here W opens a file for writing and creates a new file if it does not exist yet exist. In the case that the file does exist, it overrides it. When the first operation is to create a file. When we create a file, the mode will be writing mode. So if we try to open a file just for creation purpose. So for creation purpose, if we try to open a file in a read mode, it will not open. It will give me an error. So to create a file, we have to open the file in write mode. So if the file already exists, then it will be overwritten. And the file does not exist in that location, in that case, the file will be created only. W plus opens a file for writing but also for reading. So if we want to do reading or writing both on a file, then the mode will be W plus. Uh, and creating it if it does not exist. If a file already exists, then it will be overwritten. R opens a file for reading only. So if I write the mode is R, then we can read the file only, not write. RB opens a file for reading in binary format. So you know that there can be two types of files. One is binary file and one is other types. They may be a text file or a image file or something else. Binary files contains 1 and 0 only. If I want to open a binary file, then I have to use RB. So B for binary. If I want to write the binary file, then I have to use the mode WB. and WB plus will help us to open a file for writing and reading in binary format. And A is stands for open a file for appending at the end of the file. Appending means we will not overwrite the file, but if we can add something more when and a file is already written, but we can add something more. But if we write, if we the mode, if we use writing mode, then the existing file will be overwritten. There is a difference. So now come to the implementation. Now I am creating I will create a file. You can see a screenshot, yeah, a image of 2 lines. Here, when we try to create a file, I have to use open uh, this open operation. So this open operation with writing mode will create a file, but this open operation with read mode only read the file. So be careful about that. When you create a file, you have to make the mode in writing mode. So this is my open takes 2 parameter. Sometimes open can also take 1 parameter. If you did not mention the mode, then you can also open the file only. Then open will take 2 parameter. One is the file name and another is the mode. So if and file is the variable that holds these statements. So if you want to print the file, what that means the output of the file. If you want to print the output of the file, you have to print the file variable. So if you just want to see the file, then you have to print this file variable. Then this close operation will close the file. So this close method will close this file. So this is the procedure how we can create a file and close the file. Why closing is necessary? If I create this file, that means this file is open at this moment, and I can write on this file, whether I can write manually or doing some code in this program. So if I try to delete or something, if I want to make some change on that file, that means copy or relocate the file, then it cannot be possible because the file is already open. Just like the real scenario, in real scenario, if a file is open, we cannot make any change on that file. So that is why after opening a file, if you do something other then on that file, then you have to close the file. If the file is already open and I am trying to delete that file, it cannot be possible because the file is already in use. Then the next operation is reading a file. Reading a file can be done in so many ways, and also the outcome will be different in different. If I write the statements in different way, so let's see some of the methods. Here I am trying to read a file. Just only read. That means the whole file will be read by this statements. Here also file is a variable, and I just call the method open, and here I use two parameter. One is the file name and another is the reading mode. This is the mode because I have already created a file which its name is new.txt. When I create this file, where the file is located at this moment, because I did not mention the location of the creation of that file. It is created in my case, it is created in my all the files all the files my all the Jupyter notebook files will be stored in a specific locations. And when I try to create this file, it will stored in the default location. That means where my Jupyter is located in my desktop or laptop. So if you did not mention the location, you can also there can be choice where you want to store the file. Uh, but if you did not mention the location, it will be stored in the default location. So how to set location in these commands, we will see in the coming slides. So here the file is created in my specific location, default location, and in that creation case, I put the mode in write mode. Now I want to read the file, so it is now read mode. Uh, mm, so if sometimes you may wonder that you open a file in write mode and you are now want to print the read function. You want to print the read file operation. You want to do the read file operation, but it cannot be possible. You will get an error which will tell you that you cannot do any read operation on that file because it is opened in write mode. It is opened in write mode. You cannot read. So if you want to read, you have to reopen the file again in read mode. So mode is very important. So here I open the file in read mode and try to print that file. So this is the file name, that is variable, and this is a method which is read method. This is a common method, read method, and then I also use the close method. So here I can see all the contents that I have written on that file. Basically, I have written manually on that file because I did not show you yet how to write a file. So you can do the write operation before then read. You at first write on a file, whether using a code or whether manually, then try to read. So write those things manually. So I have written on that file. I have created this file a few seconds back, and then the next lines was, this is line 2 and this is line 3. So this is the procedure how we can read the entire file. If I want to read some characters, then what can happen? How can be done? How it can be done? So this is also the file operation open or in read mode. Then in print function, I use file dot read in only 10 characters. That means this read will only read the 10 characters, first 10 characters. Then the file will be closed. If you did not use this file close method all the time, it is also okay. So if I use only 10, want to see the 10 characters, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means spaces are also considering as characters. So space is also characters in a sentence. So these are all first 10 characters. If I want to write only one line, or the first line will appear. Here I use not read. I use read lines. Here I use read lines, not only read line. That means I want to read one line. If I want to read multiple lines, I will use read lines. Lines will show me multiple lines, all the lines. And here read line will show me only first line. So here the first line was, I have created this file a few seconds back, but there were more two lines, but they are absent here because it will show me only the first line. Then if I want to read all the lines, then I can use read lines. And you see a strange thing here. Here the appears in the output section, but in a separate element, as a separate element in a list. So this new line is showing me that the next line will be appear in a next line, and there is another new line in the second line. So every line contains a new line. That means it represents that there are more lines after that. So these are the three lines. What is the benefit? These read lines will show us each line separately, adding a new line. But we can also, there are techniques how we can get rid of this new line. So now come to the write operation. So we can write only use in this way, and replacing this open, we can use write operation here also. There is another way to write a file. I am using I am creating a content. I am creating a content, and a content will be will be showing in the output section at a time. So here I use another style. I use with keyword with open, and I take this command. I take this command inside file as file. I consider this command as file. So it is the same command where I write file equal to open, and this command new I created another file new2.txt in write mode. See, it is in write mode. That means I'm creating. It does not exist in my system, but I created in the same location of my Jupyter notebook. So here inside this command, I use a block here, file.write. So I want to write. The function of write method is writing the same thing what I mentioned in the parenthesis. So here I mentioned that writing I am writing on the new2 file. So the file name is new2. I'm just writing a sentence and added a new line. So new line will not be printed, but the rest of the sentence will be printed. And then I close the file. Then this will only, this section will only this section will be executed, and this line will be added. That means that line will be written on the file new2.txt, but it will not be shown in the output section because I didn't write any command to read that file. I just only write that file, not read. Until I read that file, it will not show any output. So if I try to show the output, because I want to know whether my command works or not. So if I try to prove that my command is absolutely successfully ran, so I have to uh, write a read command to see that file. So I use the same thing with open new2.txt, and this is the write mode, so I can so that I can print. If I try to print here, it will not print it. It will not be printed. This is also, this command is taken as file, and here file.read will be the file.read will show me the output, and I took this output in content. But if I directly write that file.read, it is also okay. Then I printed the content, and this content is I am writing on the new file. That means the write is successfully done. Now I want to append the file. Why I want to append the file? If I write this file again, then this sentence will be removed. That means this sentence will be overwritten. If I write something here, if I want to write again on that file, not append. If I want to write this file again, suppose I want to write hello. I want to write hello. If I try to write hello in this command again, then this line will be overwritten. That means this line will be removed, and this hello will be shown on the output, not this line. So this is the cause for rewrite the file. So if how many times I rewrite the file, the previous contents will be removed. If I want to keep the existing materials as it was, and add something more on that file, then I have to do the append operation. So here I open the file as file, and do some append operation. I use here append mode. While I open the file, I use this append mode. That means I do not want to remove the content, I want to add more content on that file. So here file.write, and here I add a sentence, new sentence. I am appending on the new2 file. So now I am trying to watch the content again. Then I got that I am writing on the file. This is the first line, the first output that I got here. And now I added a new line. I am appending on the new file. So this is the new line. This is the next line that I added a few seconds back. So this is how the file operation works. There are so many other operations that has not been discussed in this lecture. Hope you will try at home. And there is another command, that is delete, that I have missed. If I want to delete a file, I have to use a module that is OS, import OS. Otherwise, you cannot be able to use this remove method. So if you want to remove and use this remove method, then you have to use this module name. So at first I use operating system, that means OS module, then os.remove. Here I mention the location of that file. This is how I can mention every location of my all the files, not in the default file storage, but also any location of my computer. So the new to.txt file was located in my D drive, and this is the root file of my Jupyter notebook data, and slash these folders will be separated by this slash, and this is the file name that I want to delete, and this is the file type. This is the file type. You can also use not only txt, you can also use image files or xml files or many more. So this is how you can use the total location, complete location of a file where it can be removed. So remove method will delete the file forever. You cannot able to find that file in that location again. So that's all for today's class. I hope you will try at home. Thank you for listening.